Okay, the last example in section 1, chapter 2. We're going to be finding counterexamples. And a counterexample is just a drawing, a number, a statement, anything that you would like to prove that statement being false. Okay, but I'm looking for a very specific example when you're doing this. Okay, so if I look at my example, letter A, if n is a real number, then n squared is greater than n. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to prove this portion right here to be false. I'm going to pick a number where that second portion, that n squared greater than n, is false. Well, after thinking about it for a little bit, there's quite a few examples that you could pick where this will become a false statement. The one that pops out in my head right away is taking n to be a value of 1. If I plug that into this portion right here, just to check it, 1 squared greater than 1, well, 1 is not greater than 1. So we're going to call the value of n equals 1 a counterexample because it made this statement up here false. You can think of another easy one. If you even take n equals 0, the same thing will work. But I'm only looking for one. You just have to give me one counterexample. We'll do one more with you. I really like 4a down here. If n is a real number, so any number that you would like to think of, then negative n is a negative number. Okay, and again, you think about it for a little bit, and there's a lot of examples that you could choose for this. But I'm going to say, and just make n a negative number right away. So let's take n equals negative 2. Again, I'm trying to prove this portion false. Negative n is a negative number. When I plug n equals negative 2 into this, I would have negative 2, which a negative and a negative is going to make a positive value, so a positive 2, which means that negative n is not a negative number anymore. It is indeed positive, and it makes a counterexample to that statement.